Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's Mary Jo. I hope everybody's doing well. I have my Aquarius solar return up if you haven't seen it. And if you're Aquarius centric, you know Sun, Moon, or Rising, your North Node, or lots of planets in Aquarius. You might want to check that out. It's for the 2018 to 2019 year. Okay, so let's start off our weekly reading for January. Oh, I just had a brain fart. 21st. I think to the 27th. Let me see, 21, 22, 23. Yes, 21st to the 27th, 2018. The sun has moved into Aquarius, okay? And we're really in a cold freeze in the United States. I don't know how it is in the rest of the world. In the southern hemisphere, hopefully you're having some nice weather. But we start off with the Page of Swords. Hey, it's an air sign, just like our Aquarians. We know that the pages bring messages, all right? So we're going to talk about, first of all, if this is anyone who's got someone, a child up to the age of 18 who's an air sign, Gemini, Libra, or Aquarian, that you may be having some concerns with, and this card would represent this individual person. Usually the child is very in their head, they're very mental. They seek to think a lot, you know. They're maybe not so much the outdoorsy or athletic type, but they're more into solitude and solace. Maybe you're having some problems with them with communications, or maybe they're not talking to you, or maybe you're having some arguments and cross words with them, as the swords would indicate sharp words. Things that go through the air, your words, you know. There could be sarcasm. People's words can slice you like a razor. So maybe there's something going on with this young person, and you're looking to clear the air with them and have some peace with them. Let's look to the next card for that, if it is anything to do with some problems with someone young, or male or female. Otherwise, if this is news to you, news coming to you, it could be regarding this child or the situation, when the news is coming either word of mouth, by text, by phone, by email, anything that would come through the air, as we are in the Aquarian Uranus type of energy with airwaves. You know, as Aquarius is a water sign, but the glyph is actually airwaves, okay? So it could be information coming through the air for you, and it might not be the best news that you want to hear. You might have, you see with the sword up in this deck, we're going to talk about you're up on, like, you know, my hair is standing up in the back of my neck right now. You know, like you're ready to go. You're ready to argue. You got the sword up. You're ready for a fight. Be careful. If this is arguments going on with family, friends, or loved ones, co-workers, you know, you could lose your crap at the checkout and just start screaming at somebody, or road rage. Be very careful. Okay, especially since on the 26th, our wonderful Mars energy is going to be moving out of Scorpio into Sagittarius. So we got fire with fire instead of fire with water, which was power and control, and it was conjunct Jupiter, which was a lot of what was going on in the world, you know, power and struggle, things expanding on being argumentative, like all the sexual things that were going on in Hollywood. Because Scorpio is about sex also. So that came out, but now we're going to move into Sagittarius. Now, we know that we can get heated up, and you have to be very careful, because you might be saying things you don't want to say. You might agitate things. Be careful not to be the aggressor. If you can step away and take some deep cleansing breaths and clear your head before you go into this, because that energy could definitely cause some serious arguments, especially when it moves into Sagittarius. It expands on everything it touches, and it talks about the truth. Okay, Sagittarius is the arrow, the archer, and it aims for the bullseye that is straight and true. So there might be a lot of things being revealed to you or coming out of your mouth. Be very careful of what you're saying, okay? Or maybe someone's going to tell you something about your child and you get offended by it. And we know we love our children, whether it's true or not, you know, and you get heated, or you're ready to have an argument with someone. So be very careful of that. Other than that, if this is news coming to you, you know, especially with the sword up, for some of you, it's something that you were working on in the last few months, that you had to clear the air with somebody or something, like, you know, maybe there were things that you left up in the air that you weren't taking care of. There could be the news coming back to you too, and it's not the best of news, especially with the Page of Swords. It could definitely be news that you don't want to hear. The way this, like I said, this is up. To me, when the sword is up, it's like, this is not the best news. You're really ready to lash out there. So remembering that if there were things you didn't take care of, things that you left unsaid, or things that you said, now you're having the backlash of. And you have to defend yourself, okay? You have your sword up in protection or defense. And this is like you're ready, like I said, to have the attack here, or at least to fight back. Be very careful. Choose your words wisely. I mean, you are on some solid ground here. You feel very grounded with the red boots, but I don't know. I think a lot of this too was instigated by either, if it wasn't you who instigated this, it's someone else that you know who instigated this whole situation, and now you're left to defend yourself in the situation. Because with the Hangman, this is something we need to learn right now. This is a major arcana. The Hangman is Neptune. Where have you been deluded about things? Where did you lie? Maybe somebody lied to you. And now you're putting yourself into this situation of review, reflection, introspection. You're going to step back from this. You know, the Hangman is us in the journey, okay? We're the fool. And he comes up to this point and he suspends himself upside down to get a new perspective on life and the situation that he had just experienced. So whatever is going on here, whether it's money, career, family, whatever it is, just put it in a snapshot of your life. They're talking about soul saying right now, you need to step away from this. Let go and let God deal with it. All right, this is a time for you to get yourself together. When we're in this state like this upside down and the blood like rushes to your head, you start to go in and out of consciousness. That's when you tap into that very Neptunian floaty feeling. You know, like when you have a couple of glasses of wine or a drink and you just start to float and your mind goes. That's what this is like. So when we're looking at the Hangman, it's saying you have to think things through, like between worlds, between what's reality and what's fantasy. That again is very Neptunian. What's real, what's an illusion? What have you created here? How are you going to deal with this situation? It takes reflection. And in order to be clear-headed, you need to tap into that calm place. You have to tap into that intuitive place, even some empathic place, you know. That's a watery feeling, empathy. You maybe have to surrender the need to be right in this situation. And like I tell you, it's not about being right, it's about being happy. You know, if you know that you didn't do anything wrong, and in this situation, you really truly were an innocent or impartial or not the instigator, then you know what, and you're trying to defend yourself or this child or whatever the situation is, and the other party is not receptive to your explanation or even your apology if you were the one who did instigate this. Let it go already, they're saying. Let it go already. You know, sometimes you have to sacrifice of yourself, you know, to gain. You have to give. And sometimes to gain peace, you have to give into just surrendering and letting it go. Get this new perspective and clarity, all right? You can bring a new solution or a new change to this, but there's a lot of spiritual growth with this card, okay? This is what it's about, insight, growth, evolution. You know, it's not always about fighting and fighting and fighting. Some people just love to be miserable. They love to fight. That's all they want to do is argue. You know, and you get to a point in your life, you say, you know, I'm just really tired of this bullshit. I don't want to argue with people. I don't want to have a debate. If they're miserable in their life, I'm sorry, send them love. But you need to step away from it and set boundaries. It's healthier for yourself. Now here with the Ace of Pentacles, this is when God is offering, to me this is like a major arcana, when God intervenes. When he says to you, I see what you're doing. I see how you're trying with this person, place, or thing, or situation. And I know what your heart's desire for the outcome is. But you're not doing the best job. I'm going to help you. This is when God offers you this blessing. Now, for some of you, if this had to do with money, a car, your house, you know, you heard bad news, you know, you didn't get the loan, the mortgage, you know, or you're going into foreclosure, or you didn't get that car, your child didn't get into the school you wanted them to get into, you know, and you're going through this period of introspection and letting go and letting God deal with it. Here it is. God is dealing with it for you. And God is going to give you the best outcome. Now, you may not see it as the best right now, but afterward you will realize, and you'll say, oh my God, you'll have that aha moment. And thank God that happened. If this didn't do this, or this went this way, this would not have been the outcome. It's not always about getting what we want, it's getting what we need, or getting the best outcome. Pushing against the tides, the current, is just energy draining. And there are times we have to surrender, okay, self-sacrifice, and let our God, source, universe, higher self bring us the best. It's also handing you a blessing of health at the time, starting that business, signing the contracts for the house, you know, or maybe you didn't get that house, you got a better house or a car, or maybe a child didn't get into this school, they got into better school, or maybe they didn't get in, but they got this grant. Whatever this is God's giving you this blessing and saying, go with it now. To me, it's also grounding stability. It's your vocation, a trade, something you do with your hands that you love, that you create. It's not just money, and it is also your body, strength and form. And with the aces, we know it's, boom, the go-ahead. This is a great new beginning. And then with the Knight of Cups, we have an emotional journey going on here for us. Okay, the Knights are adventure. They are action. They are fire, all right? But this Knight is the Cup, so which is water. So it's a very fiery, passionate, emotional situation. For some of you, if this was about a love relationship that you went through, and now you're feeling a period of grounding stability, then this is an invitation to love. This is new love. This is actually be invited out to go nice places, do nice things, meet someone new. It's a fresh start. Your emotions are rippling a little bit, but it's not like there's a massive ocean to cross. You just have a little bit of a hop, skip there with this person. Things are going really nicely. And your eyes are open. You focus on your intuition and tapping in like we talked to here to let Spirit help guide you. And if it's anything else in a situation or not a love relationship, then this is saying this is a purged, you know, the white horse. It's a purged situation. It's a new beginning, a fresh start for you. Again, an emotional journey. Trust your intuition. Trust the light inside of you. Okay? Trust that feeling of, whether some of us get it in our solar plexus, some of us get it in our gut, some of us, we feel it in our heart. Trust when your body is telling you no or yes. You can feel it. Those spidey senses, that empathic feeling is very much with this card. This is also not only an emotional journey for you, it could be a journey of self-discovery for you, self-love, and for deepening your psychic abilities and empathic abilities too. But we know with the way you're moving forward here with this Knight of Cups, it's like you feel like you got the Holy Grail. Now here, God did put this in your hand for you. What are you creating with it? What's in your cup? Okay? That is what it is. And you're focused on it, and you're ready to make a fresh start and go ahead with it. And this is like a gentle action. It's not aggressive and bold. With the Knight of Cups, it's a loving, calming, gentle progression that you feel confident, you feel supported, and you feel like you're going to succeed. So that's very beautiful. Thank you very much, Spirit, for this beautiful reading. I do hope it does offer you some help, guidance, and peace. If you have any questions or clarification, you can always put them in the comments below. Please like and subscribe so I can keep these videos coming up for you. And as always, I wish you the best.